Then I started explaining in a way people understood it right away. I said, look, whenever I need a rule how to do it with the poor people, I just look at the conventional banks. How do they lend money? How do they collect their money? What is the way their system works? Once I find out how they work, all I have to do, just do the opposite. And it worked out. They lend money to the rich. We started lending money to the poor. So it's the opposite. They lend money to the men mostly. We went to the women. They concentrate in doing business in the city centers, in the financial district. We went to the remote villages. They asked their borrowers to come to their premises, their offices. We took it as our first principle that people should never come to the bank. Banks should go to the people.
Early 90s, there were no IOL manufacturers in India. We had to import lenses from the West. At that time, each lens was costing around $200. They were not affordable in most developing countries. So we devised our own methods of making lenses up to international standards, and we were able to sell them at about $5 a piece.
So the initiative which is evolved is something called Cloth for Work, where now this old material, tons of old material is being used as a resource. People have started calling it a parallel economy now, where people work on various issues, right from cleaning up a village to repairing of road to developing drainage system, to make these kind of well at absolutely no cost, where the entire community work to do something good for the village, and instead of money, they receive material. They receive cloth, utensil, footwear, all kind of material. It does not only take care of the very basic need of clothing, but also it is a dignified act of giving.
The Biocon Foundation was something I started immediately after we IPO'd.
That's right.
And, to me, I felt that having created wealth, it was very important for me to share this wealth with the community.
So the typical problems that a patient has is, how do I get to the hospital? Someone has to come with me. It's going to cost me a lot of money. Other person doesn't want to come because he can't take the time off. So all of these barriers are taken care of.
A very simple point is, there are many persons in this country or elsewhere in the world who unfortunately lost their limbs. They are men, they are women. If you can provide them mobility, if you provide them dignity, it's not charity, it's all help. Helping the people who need it.
I remember in 2007 when we won this Development Marketplace Award from the World Bank. We were there at DC. A whole lot of people were grilling us on sustainability and miserability. Last question was asked. When we asked that you are the biggest funders on this earth in terms of health projects, how many health projects have you ever funded which have a separate budget for sanitary napkin? And the answer was hardly any. The argument is that do you really need a qualitative or quantitative analysis? Or it is just a bit of common sense that if you solve the basic issue of clothing, basic issue of sanitary napkin, half the women health related issues will not even come up. We say that when you say that I want to donate cloth, that is actually a wrong statement, that's an overstatement, because the fact remains you never donate, you actually discard cloth. So the most appropriate word for a second-hand use cloth is that you want to discard, because it is a liability on you, because it is a burden on you, and you want to get rid of it. So the fact remains that the person who is wearing your second-hand use cloth is actually doing a service to you.
You come to the same conclusion again and again. Poverty is not created by the poor people. Poverty is created by the system.
There were times કે અમે છે ને શરૂઆતનું પહેલું વર્ષ ખાલી રવિવાર ભણાવતા હતા. પછી અમને આખો અમારો પ્રોગ્રામ ડિઝાઇન થયો. ડોક્ટર કિરીટભાઈ જોશી અમને મદદ કરી કે ભાઈ બુધવારે શનિવારે રવિવારે કેટલાય બુધવાર ને કેટલાય શનિવારે એવા હતા કે અમે બે જ જણા આવીએ, કોઈ જોડે હોય જ નહીં. કેટલાય રવિવાર એવા હતા કે 15 વોલન્ટિયર ને 5 જ છોકરા આવ્યા, ભણવા જ ના આવ્યા, એનો રમવા ગયા. Those were difficult moments. The important thing is we kept on going, we kept on doing, kept on doing, kept on doing, kept on doing.
Very important.
You know, So persistent. There was difficult moments, but not any worse moment. We enjoy going there. We enjoy being there. We enjoy working there.
We enjoy difficulties.